Alright, I should probably actually start the game up. One of those games where it's like your mouse is no longer present. If you go off for like jazz. Since I rebooted it, so I'm just making sure things are actually working correctly. I didn't reboot it. The thunderstorm rebooted it. I didn't do shit. Alright, so let's start in the kitchen. Because I can investigate something. Because they're so thinly sliced and Mom?
Just a moment.
The old woman turns back to the cafeteria manager.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
The cafeteria manager appears genuinely apologetic.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
Good day, Mom. Everything alright?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
Oof. Wait, what's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is some...
to let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
She looks down.
A little missing persons puzzle might just be the thing to take your mind off the hangover.
Oh, bud, has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. But you have more important things to worry about.
So he's some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
What's cryptozoology?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
The lieutenant sounds unimpressed. No shit.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
Yeah.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still
Yeah, that's
affect
fair.
her.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even
Classic
fictitious.
debate. I mean, I'd argue it's still interesting. A, because cryptozoology gets into mythos, and in the research you can find out where the rumors come from. With the exception of a few, in general, typically these things don't come from nowhere. They come from other animals. You saw that you had a mistake, or from maybe being under the influence. Some of them come from racism, unfortunately. But it can be very interesting to find out exactly why and how these things exist. And every now and then they are actually real, usually the less extreme ones, of course. In general, if everyone's like, it's big and it flies, it probably doesn't exist.
Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless. And frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are
I'm not
rarely
biased that I have
interested in
multiple
supporting
friends who run
real
cryptid
research.
podcasts.
The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline, but you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology was embraced by the academic elite.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
I have the green 8 pen. Ooh, I can learn more about the cool cryptids. What's the exposition?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is, but they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast
Maybe I should
across the
track
water
them.
lock to set a few.
Follow them?
I doubt it, sweetie.
Do it. Find him. This will surely lead to a mystery with that. Yes, please. Some science fiction is exactly
So
what's
this is-
needed
uh-huh.
right now.
Are you sure we have time to go chasing after bug hunters just now? I did suggest we played cool, but
It's just a little side thing. We'll do it down there.
if you say so.
Oh, thank you, officers. Truly, I'll be right here if
Tell
you
me
come
more about
across.
this
Oh,
ransom.
sweetie, it's fascinating.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
No, I want to hear.
Well, it's
Ah, yes. Phasmatodea.
Bodies are
A
like
diverse
legs,
group of
ghosts.
insects whose bodies resemble. Oh, yeah.
No wonder.
where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves. This one, hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid.
I knew it.
It's not made up of. It's simply elusive. So much so that most establishment zoology, well, some teenagers making out in the reed saw one. They didn't. Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out.
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face.
You seem
I
really
suppose
excited.
I have something of a personal connection to the Insulindian
Is it
phasmid.
dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it
That's cool power.
yes? It can blend in almost.
special
Oh
then.
dear. I'm afraid I'm not. Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you don't. Oh dear. I'm not sure
What
where.
does he look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but
You can't go around Revachol feeling grown men's. It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Describe him like you would a cryptid.
oh well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed.
The lieutenant pulls out.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of. We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not them via dating agency. I'm ashamed. We hit it off.
She's skipping over some important part.
I hope I've been useful.
Let's see.
Sometimes the most charming thing you can do is be reasonable in your
Can you send me about
requests.
one more interesting cryptid? That one
I
was
suppose you could use.
One cryptid, like you said. One.
great.
This
Never
can't
got
turn,
outside
and
that.
I don't. Just
Really tough choice there.
Kim, this is exactly what would be if cops would help find missing persons and not just give up. They'd be way better people than when they just shoot people. Just saying. That encrypted on the pen you gave me?
Yes. It's the kind green ape. Half-war story. Yes, it was reported by soldiers in South Safra during the... Yes, it has amazing... Indeed, there is. Which is to say, the kind green ape is a species with which we share a common ancestor, and that evolved parallel to our own. Just like your partners.
The lieutenant looks at you, pleasantly surprised.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to imply that Saelites are inferior to us in many ways. You are superior, for example.
A tremendous evolutionary advantage, I'm sure. But perhaps we've had enough speculative biology for today.
This has been educational. Sadly, we need to discuss something else.
Of course, dear.
That's all for now.
Wow, so someone's been a little boring.
What?
Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown.
What is this? Picking on me for not being crazy enough?
No need to be defensive. The regularity, the brown, of course you do. And maybe some black shoes or a pristine white shirt to go with that. It's official. My lord's copper type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out telegrams. Yes, the type of cop you are, sire. Think of it as a caste, a class even, a nation of regular law officials that you belong to. It comes, of course, with the done and done. No actual communiques will be sent.
Apparently we're a regular cop. I don't like the sound of that. But we're also a communist cop, which means we probably won't be a cop much longer. You know how it is. Oh, there's spitting and reeking of tobacco. The hawthorn bush is outside. What is the men in overalls putting guns in you? I cannot talk to them. I'm on day 2 out of I don't know how many. At least 3. So I'm probably about 11 hours in, I believe.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
An hour?
Sweet Lord, a whole hour. And you haven't thought about rum and lemonade in all that time? You've truly extinguished all trace of yourself.
Actually, should I be thinking about this? Look like drinking hasn't turned out too
Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade to yourself, boy. Or better yet, lick that stain off the counter.
No.
What happened, man? You used to be cool. Go get your boring normal person drink then. Get your drink on and your act together.
No. You can't tell me what to do. It's all about money, you know. I mean, yeah, that do be how I do.
Let me handle this.
Woman says to the crowd in mass while returning to you.
Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
You're the gardener.
No, I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information? That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official.
Okay,
The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you're Rick.
She says nothing. Her glare. Could this be the Miss Buford that Easy Leo mentioned? The one Mr. Everett sent to law school?
Are you,
I suggest not wasting time on
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes. In the way she stands, you caught her off guard. Push her some more.
Easy Leo told me about you. He likes to talk a lot.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel.
You set the pace and the topic. A man like Easy Leo could have said anything. Do not be restrained, sire.
He said you're in debt to Mr. Clare.
I represent the Union and these men here.
A very minor victory.
What's the,
I suggest
Even though you caught her off guard,
you are not.
you set the... A man like Easy Leo could have said anything. Do
he
not
said
be
you're
restrained,
Mr. Irvin.
sire.
You're a secret.
He said no such thing.
Calm down, everyone.
Dirty tactics, officer.
But if I want to talk to you, I'm not
What you
Titus.
want is of no significance.
Zero.
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing
What are you
problems?
gonna do to me? That's it.
What are we going to do? The Union isn't going to. If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress.
I should talk to Titus then. I don't want to be like, you're so aggressive. I feel like that. It's the wrong answer.
This is where you say your bit.
A broad-shouldered man points at you with a big.
Detective,
Don't say anything.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire.
The chatter is too inane to reach your ears. Raise your chin and gaze into the distance like a prince.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
The little guy looks at his mates in disbelief.
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
we are looking for Titus Hardy.
We need to talk about the man hanging out back.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that one.
You're sure taking your time, waiting for him to get ripe and pretty for you, huh?
Oh, he was a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting out that pretty boy smell.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is the number of footprints we saw. No, never mind. There's 8. Missed the guy in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. That's 7. That's 7. I didn't miss him. I did count it correctly. And they said there were 7 sets of footprints. So these are the
Time
7.
to go to work in the shit factory!
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut out for them. I mean, I wouldn't go in there for $1 million.
He slaps his forehead.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the...
Scan the room.
Starting from the right. Boot size, 44. Blonde man, in his 30s. Overbearingly masculine.
Glenn.
Sitting on his right.
Theo.
Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet. Across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. Mesk or Sarah Mauritian. In his late 30s, early 40s. He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations. Hard to say what else. The ink is fading.
I just thought of something that I can't believe I didn't think of earlier. I should have realized. It keeps popping up all these encyclopedia composure suggestion checks, and I've never failed one yet. It doesn't tell me if I failed them, it only pops up if I succeed. That makes so much sense.
And then, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 46. The big dick. Wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby cap. Fingerless gloves. And numerous scars. A little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club.
Perception sight, for
A little
instance,
patch
sees
below it
success.
reads
But if I
T.
rolled a 7 or
Hardy,
lower, I would never
Captain.
have known that that even happened.
In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes,
That guy.
size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
Okay.
Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy, boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He alone is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
One of those missing, the outsole?
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
That was 4 seconds of psychoanalysis.
The fuck is with you, fella?
I found 8 set of footprints, but there's only 7 of you. Where's the 8th Hardy boy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy. There's 7 of us, and we're all here.
He sizes you up.
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy? We ain't hiring.
She said.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
She? So there's an 8th Hardy, and it's a Hardy girl? Who might it be?
Yeah,
Elizabeth?
that was the first thought. That is a
The
possibility.
gardener?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
It has to be good, if he won't let you pursue it. Looks like the lieutenant thinks so too.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy
just
boys
a
matter.
just a warning.
Nothing
They
to
do
do with
outgun
your
us.
shit. And
Which is not something that usually is said about cops. Let's be real. In a real life scenario, they probably would have just sent like 50 of them or something, because...
you're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head.
They don't want us to
I'm
wait.
watching
They want
you.
us to file a paperwork and get out of here so we can get back to bullying easy targets.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy
And then
sooner
in
or
the
later.
backyard. Did you do it?
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Why are your boot prints all over the scene?
You mean these boots?
Racist worker boots, size 46 steel reinforced toe? Yeah.
We all got a pair. We wore them the night we took the pretty boy out back and hung him by the neck.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah, we did this. Together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why.
That's
our
it, the game's
friends
over.
are all over the scene.
So you just confessed to murder.
Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
Uh-huh.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
When did this occur?
You don't have to answer any of his questions.
Titus.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
That's fair. How long you know the victim?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
I know her, yeah.
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines? The same company you are striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over.
Mood?
But you know what?
He reps his shit, pretend to mull it over.
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus.
Don't waste your last
Officer,
questions.
your interview is drawing to an end.
How'd
Don't waste your last questions.
you kill him?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what you know.
Did you muffle him? We haven't heard any horses
Titus,
screams.
you don't have to clarify anything.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead and steady.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Yeah, that's fair.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first. Then see if it all adds up.
Where did this overpowering happen? Yeah, it cannot be retried.
Right fucking here. The fucker pranced in here like he owns the place. Got what was coming to him.
This one has a distinct style. He puts so much whiny emotion into everything he says, it's hard to see if he's lying. But he could be.
How did you manage to
With
overpower him?
numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Like what, Copper?
I can only get one try.
We
This is where an autopsy would come in handy.
Titus,
Then we left.
Make
Yeah,
them
but
a
I
bit
don't-
more
I have the feeling
uncomfortable
I only-
first.
yeah, I only get one
Then
try at
see if
this.
it
I
all
can't come
adds
back.
up.
Doing it.
Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But
Who's solid?
Elaine, who looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man, the least antsy of the bunch. Definitely not his first
got that
time
right.
being questioned by the police. This little rat-faced fellow is solid too. Always fidgety, yes, but no change there. Him neither. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice, or whatever he's got there.
Who's cracking the question? Yeah, no surprise. This one. He's sweating profusely and difficulty breathing. They smartly kept out of the conversation thus far, definitely the weakest link in the chain. Hey you have a brutal breathing over there?
No.
He looks up, startled, his forehead shiny from sweat. A few coiled locks are peeking out from under his warm woolen hat.
Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
The man next to the guy burst out laughing.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy.
Oh, I believe it.
All muscle.
He looks like he could rip me in half.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
There's something you're not
And fuck you, too, Copper. Picking on Angus like this. We're done with this schoolyard shit. And just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing.
His all-muscle comment wasn't sarcastic. He's genuinely trying
Oh, I
to look
believe
out
it.
for Angus. This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out.
Like what, Copper?
Call the shots
are
down
you
there.
deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A shadow of a smirk passes her lips as she tilts her head.
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
I don't have to. One of them was more implicit
That's
than
for the
others.
courts in Le Jardin to decide. Not for the officer making an arrest. Which we all know you won't be. What you can do right now.
No. We'll stay here and discuss what happened that night.
Are you deaf? Do you think
A trick question.
Who do you fucking think does?
Wow. Big, that's not how that worked. That is not the like. It is him, but that's not why. No. I thought she did.
It wasn't a question, dickwad. How fucking stupid are you?
This asshole is worse than... Titus runs the Hardy Boys, genius. That's why we're called the Hardy Boys.
I think you got...
yes, there are some administrative differences. But on that night, they all acted as one man.
Last question.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
So he's a mercenary?
And he stepped out of line.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The
Strike
experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Seminine written all over him.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
This one has a special gripe with him coming here.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story I've ever striped from here to some.
Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm RNE's goddamn special forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all!
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some RNE's paratrooper song,
Okay, yeah, that
and
makes
said
more
he's gonna
sense.
fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. Like some kind of animal.
So I know what kind of song I want to sing.
Sire, the tale is true.
Uh-huh.
This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Okay, so besides crimes against karaoke, what did he do?
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
Thing is, I could believe all of this. And I'm sure at least most of it's true, if not all of it.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation? He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. And that was before he started coming here.
Interesting.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started to come in here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Lieutenant's trying to make sense of this flood of information.
Yeah, this girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her
Are they a
legs,
friend of
starts
ours?
screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Was this the same girl who was sexually assaulted?
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
Did you say that? Yeah, you actually didn't say that.
There's something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them
But
talk
then,
about it.
who was this? Is a very serious allegation.
No, you're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter, and I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
It's personal, isn't it?
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
So what are we gonna do now?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility. We're going to look into this.
Notice that there's an 8th Hardy boy missing who's probably a woman, and there's accusations of sexual assault. I'm pretty sure those two things are connected.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us, real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
I'm checking it out now. Yeah, there's no way I get a 3% chance. If I do that, then math don't even matter. Alright, I've got 2 level ups available. Are there any that I was really looking for? Maybe suggestion could be useful. I feel like I've used that a lot. And just having it, I think, would be good. That definitely comes up a lot. And I feel like a suggestion-based playthrough would be really interesting. I also feel like I should probably save. Alright, can I do this yet? Because that's the other thing I need to do, is take care of this. Hey kid. Not talking to you today, I know better.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all
Plus
it
6, you
does
did
now.
long enough, plus 1.
As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's the smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
I love how it's like the dice is rigged to make sure that you just get it day 2, basically. You're supposed to do this, and I wouldn't be surprised if I could have done better in that entire discussion just now. If I
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
These aren't just boots, are they? There's probably armor here.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Ah, that's where the word comes from.
Oh, the lieutenant uses a memo technique, A6. That's not just any notebook. It's a classic.
It's super useful to know.
It's all you, baby.
What kind of armor is this?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Where?
Under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. Piece by piece. He's been out here for 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. Maybe.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
Oh, fear-mongering. How much we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
My yearly pay is that?
Not too much, yes.
I need to hustle more and hate less. Or, sounds puny. No wonder we can't pay my hustle.
It's a sorry situation, I agree.
How could this man afford such expensive hardware?
That's for us to find out. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms my honest. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can.
A small bell likes. The pry bar in your hand is itching for some action. The metal connects with the same ding. The sound.
Did you hear that? A click?
Yeah, like dice roll.
This is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads the incoming energy horizontally, from plate to plate. When the plates connect, there's a click. That's the sound you heard. See these lines?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until they're like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic. If trees were made of porcelain, the smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections. Peak. The whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. E50, 100, 1000.
There's a serial number on the
Good.
right side.
Can you read it to me?
X5415 6745 678.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when...
This feels dangerous. Are you sure?
Given my 1 health, yeah, what's that?
The sabatons dangle off the cadaver. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships.
Don't ask me how I know. This is a lashing belt for airlifting cargo.
Airlifting? I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Apparently it's the reinforced kind for air transport, my brain tells me.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
You mean the Hardy Boys?
Right now, Everything seems to fit their confession.
I sure want him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring. So
I
by
was
doing the
afraid
Hardy
it would
Boys first,
be.
we get this dialogue.
Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
How'd they get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
Point to the buckle tying the belt to the branch above. Yeah. Use the kid's
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The cadaver hangs from an intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars. Alcohol and heartbreak.
Not the night sky. Is this a national
Of no nation that I know of. If anything, it reminds me of religious illumination. Last, I agree.
Sudden ring fills the air, so that pulls on the zipper.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
They want to make sure you know. He produces two metal-capped atomicals and clips them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there.
This is the first time he openly acknowledges the kid's existence.
Interesting.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
Points the camera at the corpse, peering into it, the lens needs adjusting.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
As it says, it shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cool wind. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. Cool machine.
Yes. It is pretty cool, isn't it?
Way more cool than just
There is
body
only
armor.
one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it.
Can I have it?
We'll
I
need
should
to
look
show
up
it
the
around.
smell.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
Roll the photo is no larger than a packet of
The
cigarettes.
glossy-eyed corpse looks by. His eyes are milky white. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode. From the organic, the corpse is dead silent.
Who is he? He is male, 40 to 50, with an athletic build.
The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its stench.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo.
I'm curious. I'll fight. I'm almost leveled up anyway, and if I pass this, I'm sure. Do I have any extra way to get points? Hang on, before I do this, is there any way to get points there with my equipment? This in my clothes. I currently have +1 from the tie. Nothing from anything else. Raincoats and Doris. The cord shivers. That's just slightly better than this. +1 suggestion, -1 half-light. Can't hold anything other than probably the picture. Oh, interact, yeah. No other tools. We'll just
man before you is naked, but for a pair of
If I fail this, I'm gonna be sad.
The man before you is naked.
I'm gone.
Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder. In the past. Way out in the west.
I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
You are now, but who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer. Go ahead, Coppo.
What's happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your
Broad, frothy liquid starts bubbling.
imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Give me a comical amount of questions.
Coming right up. Copperoonie Rooney. This is love did me in, Brother Copo. It
Why do I
was
feel like we're
love
on something
because you have.
Can you ask me a question?
Sure, Lobo.
Why are you doing
I
this?
can ask.
What?
Looking at my face, motionless. Looking into my eyes. Standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
Because he told me to.
You're a lying sack of shit, Coppo. You're doing this because there is nothing else to do. Everything else is over. It's just me now.
I hate you. You stink in your board.
Do I remind you of someone?
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
A baby affected with harlequinism.
You sure got out of that one? Coppolini. Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
The steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge.
Okay,
I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
We could saw the branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch. There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
With a buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Buckle holds the belt together.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, then...
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
Yeah.
No miss! The pigs will miss Kuno.
The lieutenant is undecided. On one hand, he wants to shoot some gun. On the other, it's an awfully stupid
I
idea.
can't shoot, so it should probably be him doing it. My skills with shooting are no. Actually, they're not terrible, but they're pretty bad. And it should not be me doing this. What's the worst gonna happen?
I'll blow his head off.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot.
Silence. With his elbow sharp,
Yes,
the
sir.
lieutenant
How are you?
zips his jacket
Welcome to blowing a guy's head off, maybe.
and produces a lightweight firearm.
You really want
He
to shoot
drops a
something.
paper cartridge in the
This way
barrel,
we have less bullets to worry
separates
about
the
later.
scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks.
How you doing? Welcome to Disco Elysium.
Securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090
That's such a
armistice.
yeah, I know, right?
Mass-produced
This
muzzle
is a
loader.
game and a half.
Aesthetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world.
That's fair.
He then steps back and assumes the fellow's death's position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Say nothing.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts.
God damn it.
He feels bad about it. About his eyes mostly. Just having bad eyesight. Probably from a young age. Whatever you do, do not.
Oh yeah,
console.
it's very...
Idiot! Mookabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
Wow.
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down
Can I
without
have the gun?
assistance.
Maybe I should try. I should probably not try, but I'm gonna do it. Can someone else do it?
Someone else? You mean
Yes,
like
exactly.
the police?
You have a point there.
Sadly, yes. The whole RCM is out there right now, doing
Yeah,
the
the art
exact
style
same
is
thing
very...
we are.
It's an
Are
adventure.
we in a rush to
walking
help
around
them?
Narrative
Not
game,
with
so
this on our
that's a
hands.
very intentional choice. Yep. Exactly.
I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appears...
I would really prefer if there was another way. These people... But what other options? The corp...
I'm gonna try... This is too dumb. There's no way I manage it.
The man before you is naked.
Think how we're getting him down
Yes, we
again?
do.
Can I have
It's
again?
bad as it is. Us shooting firearms. Go ahead. I'm not stopping.
They only have...
This is the so...
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana boyka!
Feel the
Take it
wind
and
first.
shoot yourself!
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the
Yeah, it's even
guard,
stat-based,
instinctively
which I think is not
resting
the case with
on the
Walking
trigger.
Dead, which is just more decision-based. This game is very much about dice rolls.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
With the gun in the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your
Hand-eye
mouth?
coordination. Gotta get
At
a
least
12.
you won't miss.
Do not point the gun at the kid. No. Do I say shut up? Do I close my left eye? Don't close the left eye. That sounds terrible.
Or what? You gonna fuck me?
Your field of view narrows. The slow movement of the branch in the wind.
I am not pointing
as
the
your
gun at the
shoulders start-
child.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Oops, I shot him. That's
A
not
plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. You missed the belt, but hit the...
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry.
Oh,
I
that's not
knew it. What a mulka.
something wrong with my face.
The armistice is sufficiently precise.
It's not the gun's fault.
Pigs don't...
Kuno has hands. Kuno can shoot that shit down for you.
Okay, this is the main reason I save, because this is funny.
The lieutenant does not dignify...
We still need to get him down. The bad way. The way I didn't want us to. By asking the harbor for help. They have the tools and the men. If they put him up there, they can take him down too.
Good job, we already have a way in the
Hooray
harbor.
for us.
Will that be
To ask the
dangerous?
suspects for help with the victim's body, clearly we...
Suck my...
Give the child one day. Alright, fine. Let's see what happens. Sleep after 21.
The man before you is naked.
Yes, we do. It's bad as... Go ahead.
This is the...
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana...
The buckle
Why don't you just shoot yourself? Do it! Set me free!
You feel as though it would be dangerous to set this...
Don't.
Do it!
You're allowed to. I'm tempted, but it sounds like a terrible idea. I'm not saving. This is just because it's funny. Or not. I am not
You
saving
hear an
with this.
explosion within the weapon.
Oh, come on. That would have shot
A
the other
plume
thing.
of smoke has erupted from the barrel. She is disappointed, trapped.
Fucking...
Whoa.
Yes!
My liege, it may be...
Anyway, back to where I was. Of course I did. I had a 15% chance. This character is not built for firing guns. This character is built for
The
being a
man
nerd.
before you is naked.
I did not
but
go
for a
like,
pair
look
of
at my
underpants
stats.
And white
My
boots.
stats are
His
5
skin is
intellect
marbled
and
with
1
decaying
physical.
veins
This
and
character is
blotched
not built
by
for shooting
lividity.
anybody.
On his chest, a fading web of tattoos. The
I wouldn't
collar
have saved
belt
anyway.
used
That's not the
to
path I'm
hang
taking
him
this
from the
character.
tree
I'm role-playing very
looks
differently.
reinforced.
This is not the kind of cop who shoots kids. Which I guess makes him a very bad cop.
Of course.
Is my name Rooney?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney. No. You're not a Harry either. Come back later, Corporal.
Let's go ahead and take a step.
As you narrow your eyes, this is a trick. You've done it before.
Pink
Is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin.
I don't know who that is.
We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
Relax your eyes.
The monster comes back into focus. An explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
what do you
I'm
think?
familiar. I think he was up right after death. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored.
Agreed. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging.
You would still like the hypostasis marks in the neck to be a bit more pronounced.
For some reason, my brain would like the pink to be more pronounced.
Maybe it looks faint to you? It could be more pronounced, actually. Dumont noté.
Could it still be he was moved after death? Maybe he's strangled myself.
Yes, there's always a chance we are wrong. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
It's beaten up. See the bruises?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our...
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that these characters are...
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
He's saying his stomach is...
Talking about shit.
Maybe he was at the toilet sometime before death?
Maybe.
I think he's
I agree.
dead.
There are crow's feet in his eyes. He's laughing silently. His personality is no...
Totally dead.
The world no longer stores personality and composition. There was a time for that, and ended 7 days
That sounds about right, yes.
But there is no... The man before you is...
Yes, we do. It's bad. Go ahead.
This is... Yeah, take it, you fuck...
The cold...
The fuck are you...
The buckle.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you
Oh,
won't
yeah, I
miss.
know. But I'm pretty sure it's preset. Yeah, I'm gonna probably just
A
keep
plume
hitting
of
it
smoke
with the chest.
erupts from the barrel. You missed.
I'm curious now. I'm actually gonna test this. I'm curious if it actually is the same number or not, because I've just been offering the assumption that reloading doesn't help. But now I'm curious
man
if reloading actually can
Yes, we do.
change.
It's bad. Go ahead.
Because I got a 4 and a 2 that
This is
time.
The cold...
Did the exact same thing.
The buckle.
Why don't you just shoot yourself
This
in
is
your
still a 4 and a
mouth? At least you won't miss.
Completely
A plume of
missed. 4
smoke
and a 1.
erupts
Okay, so
from the
works.
barrel.
Got it. I'm curious.
The man before you.
Yes, we
And I
do.
would not be surprised if it just keeps getting worse if you keep rolling. I could see this being the kind of game that does that. I mean, if you want to play the game yourself, feel free. I think it's on sale on Steam right now. Let's find out. It is currently $4 on Steam if you wish to play the game yourself. Or you can get the bundle that also comes with Control for $9. I already own both games, so I do not need it, but it is an option. AOE 2. I haven't played that in so long. Getting a grad degree is surprisingly difficult.
We are not getting him down already. Not getting him down is a task that's already accomplished. Sadly, it's not our job to... It's bad. Go ahead.
This is the...
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana boy.
The cold,
The fuck are you wait?
the buckle,
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your
your feet are slow.
Look, he's trying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Oh, hey, pull it off.
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand
Now that I know that it
numb
is
from
possible,
the
I
recoil,
intend not to
you
abuse it.
look
I was
at
just
the body
curious if
slumped
that is
down.
possible.
For a moment,
So yes, it
the
looks
man
like if you
appears
wanted
to
to shoot
kneel
the kid, you
in
could
front of you.
keep doing it. Basically, put a bunch of points into agility. And numb from the recoil, look at the body slumped down. For a moment, they appear to kneel in front
Looking
of you.
straight
I have no
at
intention
you,
of doing so, though. I feel like that is
trapped
not
within
useful for my
itself.
objective. Helpless, trapped within itself.
Communism.
You're
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from. Only that it's. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
How did I do that?
By being a damn good shot. Ace is high.
The ace is high, a custom invented by the
Yes, I will
aerostatic
slap it.
brigades during the revolution, is used to celebrate success in Revachol, especially in sports. The gesture is spread across the world, despite the defeat of the...
Yeah. I slapped it so bad.
The lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary salutation. Your palm hurts from the slap. It's
You are
precise
overanalyzing
and down to the point.
Hand
I knew these guys were...
Yeah? What now?
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me. It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the...
autopsy?
Yes. The 4 phases of a murder. I can't say I'm satisfied with that part yet. 2. Initial examination of the victim. We work. 3. Field autopsy. This will not...
The fuck are they?
Cops are gonna cut his...
4 and final, transport of the coroner's case to the district morgue. I'll do that. No, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to... An honor and a burden attached to your rank. Mine is lieutenant. With shooting like that? Of course you are. Your station will not... I would suggest we interview Everhart and Joyce, the leader of the Union and the Wild Pines rep. But we've already done that.
He trusts you have plenty of things in the task chain lined
Got
up.
that right. I love how it highlights the rope. Also, what in the world are you talking about? Like a trash container? Where the hell is the trash container? 'Cause I don't see no trash container. All I know is I pulled off some BS with that shot. Logo of the municipality of Revachol. Alright, that's it. I don't fucking nothing. Let's look at the corpse.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
Which was it that killed you then? Love or communism?
Huh?
You said it was love that killed you when you fell down. You said it was communism.
You're misquoting me, Rooney. I said communism killed me. Love did me in.
You really need to learn the difference, buddy. This is embarrassing.
Okay, that's fair.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features.
So this is
If
the line I was
possible,
supposed to get earlier, but I got the other
also,
line for some reason.
See me in your dream.
Come on, officer. You know.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Muindi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single,
actually, it
Epui
appears I have
Bissot,
forgotten
to
what it's
crack
about.
the top 20.
Fine. It's a 3-part form to be filled out on the scene by the detectives responsible. One takes note, the other dictates. The goal is to establish cause of death.
scalpel?
A scalpel is not always required. I hope this is one of those cases. Latex gloves are, however.
Okay, let's get in.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically.
Yep.
I suggest you get in there. I'll ask you when I need you to. For the most part, maybe I should handle the contact and you take notes?
Okay.
In your paperwork, officer, just fill out the field autopsy form.
You're not gonna believe this. I think I lost my paper.
Now they only have one.
Officer, what haven't you lost?
My shoes. I have both of them. I found the other one too.
Good. Otherwise you would only have... I can give you my paperwork. There's an autopsy form there. Several, actually. But only if it helps move things along.
Let's work off yours first.
Right. The autopsy form is near the end.
Open the notebook at the autopsy field form.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with...
Assistant.
That's you.
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says...
What? Whatever. Coroner's case number...
KK57. Next, NA. Next, NA. Roughly 50.
Dry 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
I'm gonna write approximately 42.
He nods.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mwindi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish.
Basically.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
I mean, to be fair, that's way more detailed, given race as a social construct and all.
Fucky, fucky!
The little monster exclaimed.
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Right? Fucky, fucky, right male, right pigs can have sex. Jesus Christ.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
We're still going with March 4th. 51.
Yeah, that's fair. Write it in the European
What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the...
KK57 0503.
None. At least not after the initial exam. Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over?
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dog walkers.
Places his hands on the dead man's chest.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-Delorian burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then
the blood from the neck didn't match, and some of the body damage was a little odd. And it would be easier to throw a corpse up than a man.
somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Road. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon, the day, and so, all across Jamrock, Coal City.
We should start the postmortem.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think.
See, it's up.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something, more lurid.
Oh hey, I finished this. Breakthrough imminent. Derealization. Write it down.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing. The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a national pattern. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the kit. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with the age. The deceased had male pattern baldness.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold. The stench is suffocating. There must be brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil. More hair sticks to the glove. Hair. There, dead man. You were someone's...
Lividity is consistent with hanging, albeit faint, as noted. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs, consistent with stones thrown.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking mad. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
Moo. Good God. Logic, -2 visual contemplation, -2 inland empire, -1 perception, +1 empathy. This will take 2:45. This took an hour 30, hour 20, 3:10, and 4:30. Oof. No like -1 logic for 4.5 hours, but -2. I can't even visualize right now. Unlock a new slot to research this thought. Huh. Oh, this costs a level up point. Huh. So instead of, let's see, how many level ups do I have? I have 2. I'll use 1, yeah. I like this mechanic. But which one do I want? Now that I know this, I'm gonna do Zovian Socioeconomics. That sounds like something I would do.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation.
Write down but amend for high velocity.
Ligature mark.
Folding knife, pulling on the bell, cutting the polyester. Material cannot be cut.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the bell so we can get... It's no use. We should get chain cutters. You can try with them. Damn corpse. We had a good rhythm going.
Damn.
Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
Bonuses. +1 for every experience for every orb click. All intellect learning caps raised by 1. Ooh, I like that. at the moment, I have a temporary -2 to my visual calculus. But I now have a +1 to all of them. So that's nice. I'm a big fan of a +1 to these. Or is that... Oh, no, that's just the cap, because I have a 1 in here and I have a 1 here, because I started with a 1. Oh, that's why, okay. So the caps will include those things. So that's also why here, because I only have a 1, a cap in these is also a 1. I'm assuming. Okay. Hi, Kuno. Oh, whoops. I was like, why am I not running? Because I'm pressing control and not shift. It's almost noon, and all I've done is look at a goddamn...
In the morning light, the white on blue police livery on the motor carriage cannot but catch your eye. Do something important? Something. This is a Caprice Canema with its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine. Driving the high center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted at the bottom of the cab. Even at a standstill, the Unibot, someone has waxed it recently.
Because the machine puts the local back in locomotion. Very cool.
Mm-hmm. You want to take a closer look?
Fine machine.
Yes.
Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot.
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring for the ballast first.
Maybe get this case on, maybe do it together?
Maybe. Yes, definitely maybe.
And means no.
Yeah. It's a pack
130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter... Man, that's got to be a major advancement over the KR-18GU engine on the old Caprice 40.
Must be an advancement on the old models.
Yeah, you know it?
Just the basics, blah 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 blah.
Yes, that's right. I'm very impressed that you know these things.
I reckon, man, that's got to be a major advancement over the KR-1...
7.2. Super.
Saying these words brings him immense... Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Can you run a serial number for a pair of armor boots for me?
Sure, officer. What's... Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isolari law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the
57.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat. The handles are long and you can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks, the pull-out toolbox.
Alright, I have a new tool. For the left hand, we can put the pliers. Go with my... Now I have 2 tools. Bolt cutters and... crowbar. Alright. Okay, I think I've examined this.
What do you see?
Still want to know what you meant by the trash can.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eye. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Let's cut
See, my pig is gonna fuck.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over there. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there, steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose. After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow. Snap! The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and chest is intact. Normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant. Pelvis
Kuno's
intact.
so excited now.
Genitalia.
No! It's gonna.
I fucking knew.
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the
Yeah, pretty
autopsy
much.
began. The lieutenant is trying to make it.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable.
Right,
No,
it's
if
kinda
back
cool,
is
huh?
symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long.
We have a real museum here. Battle. Last item. Hands. Hands are clean. No sign of a... I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly. Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next? I'm afraid we can't continue. This, I remind you, also necessitates the removal of the central nervous system. I have...
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained
very
excitement
vulnerable
to
to
hear the moral.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
Alright.
Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue
He enjoys
protuberant.
this way too much.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant
Yeah, jack that fucker off.
The hyoid bone is fractured.
I think Kuno,
The rest of the
Kuno is
musculoskeletal
here
system is
commentating
intact.
definitely
Unremarkable.
helps lighten the mood in this scene.
Respiratory
Adding them was
system.
the right choice, even if they're the worst. Back contrast in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. The obstacles are more forceful.
Oral
hands are
cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen.
no scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the inside.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Right.
Hepatobiliary. NA. Are you hepatobiliary?
Hepato means liver, and biliary, the gallbladder, and nothing in your alcohols.
Neither am I. Same for toxicology and serology, unless you haven't.
Reservoirs? No, but do they take obscure trivia and odd tidbits?
Completionist, we want to
Like a toxicology screening? At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything. Even cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hand. Gastrointestinal.
This is the last one on the list.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
Write it down, keep the
What's next on the list? Let's see.
injuries.
We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 feet. Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the... And your opinion, officer?
Non-fatal for post-mortem.
Agreed. Next injury? So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description...
Right.
Fourth
Nothing. Just in case. A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7
this is where things are
centimeters.
going to get spicy.
The hyoid bone is fractured.
For an autopsy
The
that
cervical
in-game
column
has lasted
intact.
3 hours, we're going to get to, I don't think the hanging killed
I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above...
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible. He is deep in thought, eyes fixed on the bright red ring around the dead man's neck.
Why do you say that?
I'm serious. I don't think this was the injury that killed him.
Okay. Why don't you think it was fatal?
I don't like the coloration. The lividity did not convince
Most
me.
everything else on the victim says otherwise. But I agree. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
I wanted to do both points, damn it. First, how did it go?
It was an irregular field autopsy. We did not establish cause of death, which is supposed. We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I would not hold my... We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances. Now we put him in a body bag and I drive him to Forborg for...
The lieutenant looks at the dead man one more time. He's thinking. You tilt your head. Also look...
There's only one more time thoroughly. So I was
I'm
trying
sure
to
we
be
didn't
smart
get
to
everything.
establish probable cause.
There's always something.
Okay, what is that check?
The man
What type of
is
check
deep.
is
The
it?
lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes
It
a
is a
deep
perception
breath.
check. I can buff that. I definitely can buff that. I'm only going to try this once. I'm not going to retry every single check, but I'm curious. I have... Do I not have anything for perception? I guess I don't. I thought I did. Interfacing composures. I have a negative to set my foi. Endurance, core, conceptualization, suggestion. Which means the only way that I can increase my perception is through actually leveling it up.
The man is decomposed. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
You may oh, I'm dumb. I'm an idiot. It's a white check, so I can retry it. Therefore, try it once, and if I fail, I'll
The
add one
man
more to
is deep.
perception.
The
to try
lieutenant
again. That's
adjusts his
no,
glasses
that's
and
within the
takes
rules
a
of the game,
deep
so that's
breath.
reasonable. So 8%, probably not gonna
Your
happen.
arm reaches out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, dead flesh through the latex glove. It's right under the palm of your hand.
Of all the legendaries to get, I feel like that's the legendary I want to get. Because I'm really curious about this. What is this? What did we miss? We spent
His
3.5
face,
hours on
his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a rubber spider, your gloved hand crawls on his features. Everything is silent, all around. You pick it between your fingers. The mess feels large, very porous somehow. Keep crawling. They are swollen shut. You need to really push. Only the little one fits. The flesh changes shape as you...
The fuck is he doing?
Your voice squeak, it sounds very
The
fun.
thing you're looking for, it's...
What is in his mouth? That's what we were looking at earlier that caused problems.
The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop. You're on the right track.
Open your eyes. Ooh, this
The tongue moves freely in the cavity. The mucus of the mouth is slippery, fragile, even through the latex. From the soft meat, teeth are budding. Hard pearls of bone in the
examining
gums
a corpse
and
by
in the back of the mouth.
playing with its tongue.
Can you feel it? You're so close. A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from his throat. And there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate. You see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened. An abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
Abrasion collar.
I see it.
Kuno is silent.
Good. I will be right back. I gotta feed the kitty. Kuno is silent is the correct term to pause on.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound. Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. tissue damage, wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem.
The fuck is happening?
Ah, shit, see?
Yes, that's what this part is called. The basal ganglia feels clumpy. What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex. This man will never sleep again, never wake. Your yellow fingers slide into the remains of the limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres. This is what he used to regulate his emotions with.
There's a cavity cut right between the hemispheres.
The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper.
Fucking cavity, see?
Quivering with awe. Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of it. Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper, until you feel it on the tip of your finger. Ice cold serrated metal. Its edges cut right through the latex and into your finger.
I feel a solid object right under the skull.
Can you get to it?
Inspect the skull first.
There's a tiny crack, a protrusion in the cranium, right in the back of his head. Your finger must be pointing straight at it, from the inside. The object that is in there stops just short of the skull, in the encephalus, knocking
Watch
this
me
tiny
fail this
fracture
after getting
into
the
the
8%.
cranium.
I fail at the end.
We have the makings of a very small exit wound here.
Forget about the fucking exit wound, Beano. The pig is wearing him like a fuck puppet.
Her voice is absolutely sizzling with excitement.
Don't let down Kunais. Please don't. I hate you. I hate you so much!
Push your hand further
I
in.
hate you
Whatever
so
is in there,
much!
it's rolling between your fingers as you beckon it to come out.
97% chance is the highest you can get in this game. Because 2 6s always succeeds no matter the odds, and 2 1s always fails no matter the odds. That was the best I could possibly have done. There is no way I could have improved that roll any better, and then the game is like, no. Fuck you. Fucking shit.
Out comes his small folding knife. The lieutenant moves its blade across the man's skull,
Good, at least we'll
searching
figure this
for
out.
the
We don't-
exit
this wasn't a
wound.
waste.
Mm-hmm. Withdraw your...
Ah, yeah.
Pull your finger back in.
With a crack, he punches the knife in the skull. Then, one more time, and one more, until the bone comes loose, like
Not
eggshell.
ideal, but...
Inside, you feel the jelly move from his poking.
Can you push it out?
A small flower of metal blossoms from the man's head, followed by your yellow finger.
Where the cold oven when you have in the cold food of how to eat the food. Yep. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Had to say a reasonable question. Also, nice Hector icon.
Beautiful!
A bullet. Unknown calibre. Rifled. You may remove your hand from the victim's head now, officer. Well done. Here is your prize.
He drops the bullet out of his bag and puts it in your hand. It feels nice.
Looks like we need to add one more item to your injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion collar. Soft palate, back of mouth. High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound?
Say nothing, just nod.
Opinion, fatal injury.
I'm still not... No. Goddamn right.
And one last thing. We can now fill in injury number 3. Ligament mark. Opinion, non-fatal. Post-mortem. Treatment.
He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death. and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
The ligament mark, the fracture hybrid bone was all treatment.
Yes, and the belt around his neck, the hanging, even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead.
Dead, dabba doop doop.
Deadity dead.
Agreed.
I have had my doubts since you showed me the tracks. Why did they carry him over? Why not march him, I thought. There was no satisfying explanation.
And why did they not bind his hands? And why was the blood loss? They pointed out that was
There
weird.
have been other signs too. Small things. We were right not to assign hanging as cause of death, as the perpetrators expected we would. No such luck.
Secret task: find the bullet before you're fooled. That's clever. So there's secret quests. That's fun.
We didn't fall for it, he thinks. There's pride in
Which
there.
means if I play this game again and I do fall for it, it's gonna suck.
There is, of course, the very real possibility he was both shot and hanged.
Why would anyone do
To hide something. The real kill, that's for us to find out. But this, it will make finding them just a little easier. Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening.
Mood. Tuesday task. Okay, so add even more beauty to the wall. Yep. And a bunch of other stuff. But then wash off the death smell is a quest now. Yes, good. Definitely. Maybe shot him well,
To
then,
put him
hang
out of his misery? It's possible, but it doesn't explain all the other dubious
Yeah, you're
things
right.
here. Lack of struggle, primarily. I may be intellectually sloppy, but I prefer one theory at a time. Yes, we should take a closer look at it.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
But I can't inspect it right now. What happens
We
next?
bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day.
Yeah, we got what you do in the meantime.
Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous.
Do something
An officer
dangerous?
needs backup
Got
in
it.
the neighborhood.
Talk to
I
people
leave that
without my
trust to you.
bodyguard.
And one more thing. Great work, detective.
Yay!
After you bag the corpse, Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks and even the main case, but it might be more difficult. Plan his exit accordingly.
Let's bag him. Take him away.
Alright. I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands, I'll take the legs.
Bag the corpse and dart into the motor carriage. Yay! I can work without him. Hey, Ever, I'm gonna go talk to the union boss and be like, okay, the copper's gone. Let's really start back this revolution. Oh, I kept the tools. Lol. The bullet mushroomed out on impact, looking like a fanciful jacket, buttons, and like a pierce.
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found. Beside his orderly handwriting, the bullet looks especially sad, like a tiny, shriveled head of cauliflower.
Feel the bullet through the back.
The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold, even through the bag. You wouldn't ordinarily have cause to handle jacketed bullets. The citizens' militia uses cast bullets only. Little pebbles of
So
metal
this isn't
loaded
from
from
my
the
gun, I
muzzle,
hope.
usually in a cartridge.
No, I came here after that, so there's no way.
The squished little thing, I know. You should find the gun that shot this bullet.
Find the gun that shot it. So my friend, I'm gonna start talking to it. It will keep me company.
But bullets don't talk.
Find the gun that shot
That
it.
sounds like something a police detective would do. Then find the gun that shot it.
Inspect
The
the bullet
jacket
closer.
of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark grey core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter. You can just about make out a few striations near the base. It's quite destroyed. What's interesting about the bullet thus far?
Jacketed bullet close to.
A jacketed bullet, which would have been shot from a military grade. Very interesting. You have an unusual military grade bullet in your hand. Now all you need is to find a gun that could fire it.
Can always retry it. This is hand-eye coordination.
You can't remember what happened last week. What makes you
Yeah,
think?
that's fair. That's fair. I can look at it later if I really need. right here. If I'm gonna clean, now's the time. I imagine I'll get some free experience. Also, I should probably save. Yeah, I figured you guys would still be here. Talk to you after I clean up.
Can I help you?
Bye. Yeah, but now I gotta figure out what I want to do before he comes back.
This is not the cleanest bathtub in the world, but it's cleaner than the bathtub. Slowly, the water is only lukewarm, but still comforting. You feel nice and lonely. And so, now you are alone with your thoughts in the tub. You see the corpse. You can still smell it. Then, houses are long and your fingers grow pale and are covered with the waterline recedes as you stand.
Yay, I'm clean. I completed the quest, I think. Completed. I didn't get anything for that, did I? Yeah, whatever. Still be for some free experience. Oh, hey, I have 3 levels. Let's see here. How am I doing on conceptualization? I feel like I want to save at least 1 for this. I'm going to want more here. Are there any stats I want, or are there any checks I want to retry? I did not expect to be getting this many levels. It helps that you get only 100 for every level up, so completing quests gives you a bunch. So that's not the worst. But I'm definitely leveling up faster than I expected I would. I'll save opening up new slots for research for whenever I actually want it. Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. Alright. Talk to you. Let's see. Quick saving only because if I die here...
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Titus does not look particularly happy to see you. Also, hi, Wild. Yeah, there's no way. I shot a bullet in the hangman's head.
A bullet, you say? That's mighty curious.
Truly curious. If you hanged him, how did it get there? You think?
Well,
I thought it was fun.
There are so many bullets in the world, and so many heads.
You mean, that's fair, that's fair. There's probably more bullets than heads at this point.
I guess it's only logical. At some point, one of them bullets had to end up in one of them heads.
Yeah, that's give it a number. That's
It's bound to happen again, you know? Just statistically speaking,
Oh yeah, of course. Someone here is going to probably have a bullet to the head. I'm assuming you mean me.
Sire, it would be an event most dramatic if you were to produce the bullet and dangle it before their very eyes.
I'm going to ask you again, why was this in the victim's head?
Wow! He's got it in a real evidence bag.
If they take it from me, I'm reloading. I don't care.
Why don't you go home and log it into evidence?
I think the hanging was
These men
cover-up
have
for the
told you what
shooting.
happened.
You know what I think? I think he was shot in the head as a kid, and his brain grew around the bullet.
I mean, it wouldn't be the most ridiculous thing in this game.
Around the bullet, man. That's a good one.
All the goofing around is to avoid lying.
Yeah, that's
It's a
fair.
technique. They're only pretending to enjoy this. Beneath the act, they don't like you knowing this.
Yeah, nah. Figure this out
Never
later.
been worried in my life, lawman.
Across this area, I was having forgotten his
It's
name.
not like you blew it wide open, but there's a little crack in there, somewhere.
This isn't going to happen. There's no way I get this. I would have to get a double 6 for that. Anything about
Again.
hanging?
Good one, Titus.
I don't know if you're the biggest fan. 3% oof, yeah, no, there's no way. Like, I could try it. I mean, I guess that's not true. There could be repercussions, I believe. That is possible. I feel like...
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt...
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the...
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
Honestly, I drank so much I can't really remember anybody I've said behind bars.
doesn't remember them. He just forgets. Are you here?
Ain't no use keeping a stiff catalog in your head. That's for sure.
Wipes his mouth with the back of his hand. Yeah.
How many people?
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
The River Esperance Correctional Facility, a military prison run by the Coalition, dubbed Reunion.
I don't even remember.
The origin of the
characters
name
kill people. I have
is
a feeling
unknown.
that there's no guarantee.
Ain't no use keep about fucking time.
On a different playthrough, if I ever play this game again, I think I would go like a more charisma-based build. Because, for context, here's my stats. 5 intellect, 3 psych, 3 motorics, 1 physique. I definitely wanted to prioritize nerd shit. If I ever played again, I feel like I'd prioritize charisma. And go for a lot more talking to people than I already do, which is a lot. Yeah. Because there's no way you can do everything in one. I don't think I'll stream it multiple times, partially because I want to play other games eventually, and partially because I feel like it's the kind of game that even if you play through it with like 1 for each build, you're not going to see everything, and it's just fun experiencing yourself. No charisma. Well, whatever it is. Where is suggestion then? Psyche, I mean. So yeah, the mental person and I guess force of self stat, whatever you want to call it. I'm just saying, it's nice point of thinking in terms of what it is online stats, which everything else doesn't have charisma. I don't have a map here, do I? Okay, so Hanged Man, which isn't even a thing anymore. My cabinet. What do you mean cabinet? Where do I want to go right now? This I don't have a map for. Oh, I don't have a map here either. I do up there. That's weird. Thought cabinet. Ah. I'm currently working on Mazovian socioeconomics to go with my communism cop. And then I also have volumetric shit compressor because at the time I didn't realize I had anything else. I wasn't aware of the cap on these until very recently, which is part of why I'm saving a few level ups just in case. I'm also saving them for white checks. And then, because the main thing I've used level ups for is when I want to reroll a level check. Jamais vu early on. Yeah, I was able to get that one. That one I just picked up earlier today. And then yeah, +1 intellect learning cap, nice, and +1 XP. I'd be like, oh, okay. I picked that up I think as soon as I grabbed it before I realized, oh, there's a limit to these things. I have deliberately avoided looking up like what optimal things would be. I might grab this one tomorrow once Kim is back. Actual art degree. Regular law official. Yeah, I'm on day 2, and Kim just left with the body, so it's just me. So I can go talk to Evard, and he can't do nothing about it. Who the hell are you?
Looking for something, Hunt?
Oh, right,
to tell me to fuck off again?
Right, you, that asshole. Okay, do I have anything I can purchase and or sell? That's the drugs. Can I afford any...
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
No, okay, not that one. This one, because I could use another morale, I think.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the same...
Okay, here. I hope... Okay, here.
Yeah, I have almost no money, but I feel like that's the correct answer here.
The tear machine stands in the corner.
Oh,
A sign
10
says,
cents, okay. But I don't have a plastic bag, I never picked one up.
to the left of some croissants and juice bottles, you see several packaged raincoats.
One you legally purchased. Haha, you're funny game.
Is this about the questions again?
I already paid for the room tonight. That's taken care of. I did that first thing, to make sure that I didn't spend the money anywhere else. I don't know anywhere else to get money, but I have paid for the original. I paid for the damages by convincing the original to give me money, and then I just picked up other money from various places that I was able to afford tonight's room. Whether I could afford tomorrow's room, who knows?
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
Labor Utopia.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains.
Solemnly, that turns you a wide smile adorning his face.
Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
You anything with the Hardy Boys?
Los Ardis? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility. They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. But really, they're just like you.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Interesting note, though, that they're not... Okay, I guess it makes sense that they're effectively his mercenaries, but that's a very interesting perspective on it, all things considered. Oh yeah, this is that white check that I could redo if I wanted to. This might be worth a level up in that case. I was thinking...
The payphone hangs mutely on the wall.
Oh no, I got it. That's right. Never mind. I successfully did this one. Which check in here did I fail? Was it this one?
The file cabinet stands steady as ever. Remember, Leo,
No.
all items on the hundreds of and the same material you already went through the drawer. Slide.
Which was there was a... I guess I can just check around here. Kuno, Legendary, Empathy, Cargo Rhetoric, Impossible, Sleeping Dock Worker, Physical Instrument Challenging, Acquire a copy of the city map. Some checks are only done once. Yeah, exactly. But I remember I left a white check somewhere around here that I specifically left to do later. The problem was, here's the problem with this game. Not with this game, with me. I was streaming this game back in like March into April, and then grad school really got to me, and I took about a month and a half break, and then I came back. Last was the first time I started this game again in over a month, so that's the problem is, holy crap, I was away for a long time, and I have definitely forgotten stuff. Where can I get myself a map? That is something I've been trying to find out for the entire game. My last save was there, but I don't want to walk all the way back for a map. That seems like not the right idea. Figured out. I checked that's the thing is I checked the store and it didn't have anything. So all I can think of is that either someone gives it to me or there's another location that sells it. But also I can, in theory, just remember. Because yeah, Evard I talked to previously.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. Crane does not return to it.
Oh, interesting. Although now that I think about it, I think I will load that save quickly, because I forgot. I don't want to talk to Evard yet. I want to finish the greenhouse task first, and then I can talk to him. Which means that I need to head.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
I forgot that I have a task I want to do quickly first.
A bullet, you say? That's my... Well,
it's bound to...
Sire, it would be an event most dramatic if you were to produce...
Wow! Why don't you go home and look...
You know what
Around the bullet.
all the goofing around. They're only pretending to enjoy this. Beneath the act, they don't like you knowing.
Shit! I probably did shoot him.
Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his guns when he's drunk.
Before? After?
Never.
It's not like you blew it wide open.
Again. How many people have you...
Shares in
Or send them to Reunion to rot.
the River Esperon.
Does it?
May no use keep... About fucking time.
Okay. There's one other store that might have a to say. That'd be good. Hello?
Hello? Me? No.
She doesn't really want. If she's such a working class woman,
That's fair. Detective mysteries? Figured out some stuff. The game says I'm a communist, and I'm like, not really. It's just that none of the other options appealed to me. That's the board games, that's the books. Is there anything I missed last time other than going further into this room? Don't think so. Looks like a hair poster. You're a communist, Harry. Got that right. And when I looked up online what the other options were, I'm like, oh yeah, definitely. None of these appeal to me other than, I guess, this one. Already examined.
the tracks are as they have ever been. A bit more worn, perhaps. Fortunately, the
Options are critical
maybe,
themselves, that's true.
probably, an ominous warning.
Got it. Hey, 5 free experience for poking at a thing. Can't argue with that. I don't believe in the ideology. Oh yeah, I'm sure this game has a lot to say. And if I ever do a Muscle Man playthrough, then that probably would just be like, okay, copper who believes in muscle is probably gonna go down that path. Oh yeah, this. Magnesium when you run a check to live a happy magnesium life. And then this gets me up here. What was the task again? It was... Oh, you open the basement door behind the greenhouse in the backyard. Is behind the greenhouse in the yard, a basement door. Gotta be that one. I gotta get over there somehow. Yeah, that's gotta be the door. What I gotta figure out is how the hell I get over there. Thought it was up here, and it's not. Again, haven't been over here in absolutely forever. Or did I miss it outright? Are you saying that I can't go back and do it is what you're saying, why I missed it? Which if that's the case, it's like, oh, okay. That's sad. You can go to it, okay. Just not that way. Although now that I think about it, I bet I know where I can go to it. The main thing I do for reloads is if I'm wandering around aimlessly and just like, okay, I just spent 20 minutes running in circles clicking on things. That's the only thing I try to reload if possible. Tab. Tab isn't doing anything. Here we go. Oblivious until the snow melts. Oh. Okay. Never knew that. That is an interesting feature that I was unaware of until right this moment. Okay, we're not gonna go to that door. But there's this door, it's just the basement door, and I'm assuming the door I'm supposed
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place. You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of... Finally, the door unlocks. Only curiosity could account for stepping over. There might be important...
Yeah, that's fair. Ooh, a hat. -1 rhetoric, but +1 reaction speed, and, yeah, I'll take that. Cool. I want to come here way earlier. Hat! I need hat. Hey, I have hat. -1 rhetoric, though, seems suboptimal. Oh well. Smoker up there could be a witness of where. Where? There, okay.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
Says in a quiet voice, despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his front.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
You hiding something?
There's no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice.
He says such a voice.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important? All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Looks like you got a good view of the backyard. Can you tell me about the hanging?
I can tell that you finally got him down. Thank you. It was quite a disturbing sight, even by Martinet's standards.
What were you doing last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
Did I?
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
Someone from the police?
I couldn't tell you. We don't usually see much of the gendarmerie around here. Last week? I don't know. Look.
Looks around the courtyard again. Old patio chairs and dead houseplants that are the same.
He's an actor, declaiming a soliloquy. See how you hang on his every word? He's deflecting. He's young with a sharp memory. He hasn't had time to drown it in booze and chemicals.
You still haven't answered my question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
What was your friend's real name? Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette.
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's definitely not his real name.
Yeah, think. Yep.
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice? I can tell that you... Oh.
Wait, it's...
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
When was
Last week?
He's an act. He's deflecting.
It was my Sunday.
He doesn't reply.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Convince him to stay.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains?
I'm just trying to make things okay again. Can we meet someplace else?
For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes. Compassion and a hint of understanding.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
His voice is soft and deliberate. With the flick of his wrist, he says cigarette butts going around.
But, hold on. What's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with the investigation.
He walks away. I need to get up there. Will this doorway take me up there? Let's find out. This doorway will not take me up there. There's a rock.
A stone, like any other. There's a key beneath it. Rust looks like it could belong to the building.
Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. +1 logic, -1 authority. My authority is shit anyway. I will take +1 logic. Let's go, glasses! I'm a nerd! Box is filled with cleaning chemicals. Smells of laundry detergent. All the shoe rack, boots, sneakers, and old slippers. They come in 3 different sizes. Apartment number 12, a loud rumbling snore comes from within. Shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. I will say, I definitely regret not taking the flashlight from Kim's place before doing this. I'm gonna get wedgy with his outfit. Yeah, and I'll beat them with my crowbar in my one visit. Yeah, I definitely regret not taking the flashlight before he left. Someone drew a 5-point star on the wall. Take the Damanis.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says it's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deep. Yes. Get those cutters in there and snip away. This week, the shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
Okay. Let's see what happened to the eviction. Oops.
That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers. The iconography of communism, in other words.
So unfit, you breathe too hard, you use a heart attack. Got that right?
The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mazov and the communards during the revolution.
Communards sounds like a different slur that
Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure.
Why is it upside down?
To symbolize the toppling, also, some social democrats were already using it.
Why?
Because white is the color of gone. Gone is the glory of hope. Only the scribblings of impoverished students remain in dirty hallways. You are the big communism builder now. It's you or no one.
Wow. Don't put all that pressure on me. It's not real communism if I'm the only one doing it. I ain't Stalin. Flamboyant poster of a white star, real lithography. Boots of critical theory on the monstrosities of capital and such. Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns. Bullets. And a lounge chair. Conceptualization.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Mazov.
I'm researching you right now.
Kraz Mazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a theoretical historian. He was a leading figure in the Grad side of the turn-of-the-century revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
Father Mazov, the hero of the working class.
A warm feeling fills you as you look into Mazov's marble eyes. The hallway behind the door is empty. No one else heard your courageous salute.
A communist lives in this.
A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than the...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But hey, I got a bullet for the gun I don't have. Number 9 door is locked. Check the mail, and inside we find a poster. So a new shirt for conceptualization, if I mean that. And a postcard. This crumpled up postcard depicts an open-air market in Bougie Street 5 years ago. A vendor smiles as dead roosters line in stalls, hung from their feet by their feet from canopy. the muddy streets, blurry shadows of people pass. Why is there an ant crawling up my foot? I do not appreciate when ants crawl up my foot! Bah! Stupid ants. Now there's a person. I'm gonna check the room first.
You hear someone walking around inside. The walking stops abruptly, but you can feel tension on the other side. A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
No, I'm not that person. Their mailbox is overflowing. Firing squad for the rich.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
You alright, you call a doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
She starts coughing, red spots appearing on her cheek.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
I'm looking for a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, smoker on the balcony.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Looks into the hallway.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble, I just want to talk to him, you know where he lives?
Talk?
What was so funny about that?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. Ask away, policeman.
Mailbox overflowing.
People come and go.
They probably just moved or died. Hopefully someone.
No one lives there. It's been impossible. I would. Maybe it's those countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, all... Oh, that one is a scientist. A future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Something to do with all those stars around his door. That's what I said. Astrology. The artiste. Nothing I can do. She leaves an old lady to her business.
She mumbles some kind of a response.
Thanks. Alright, let's talk to the person. And tell them
You
I'm on
hear
their
someone walk a poor communard.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant?
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
From supposed to be empty. Do you break in here?
Excuse me?
There's no sweet talking your way in there. You have plenty of reason to enter.
Open up the doors, I can verify your identity.
Oh, come on!
Well,
Hi. I want to tell you I'm a friend. Shoots. 1 to indirect modes of taxation. Medicine, you should take it. Fine mattress.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here. The keys, see?
She jingles the keys and
boy, there are a lot of different keys. Her voice is really cheerful.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it,
I
but
don't need
why
your
not?
ID, I just need to ask
Want
you
to
some
see my
questions.
residence? Very well, but please make it quick. I need to be
I'd love
back
to
in La Delta
foreclose
in an
our
hour.
apartment down the
Oh,
hallway.
that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us, and again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring
You can
door.
hear her talking
And there's a
through her
hole
teeth.
in the wall.
I came in here saying, oh, maybe I'll be on your side if you're just someone trying to find a place to live, but now I'm not on your side. If you're on the side of the landlords in this terrible place, I'm not on your
A
side.
hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
Nice, good for them.
Well, it does not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it.
Oops, I accidentally pressed 2 buttons and I did not mean to. Wasn't doing anything. Good, but that much money, the apartments look pretty shabby.
These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture. I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom.
what happened
Don't
with them
ask
all?
me what happened. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both.
What are you doing here?
I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous, it was some kind of a moribund old man.
A sudden serious look crosses her face.
But that was months ago. Anyway,
That's all,
of course.
thank you. Cool, I'll go tell the cleaning lady that it's the agent.
Give me a moment.
Real estate agent, real estate agent, new tenants.
I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
The game. Here are your 4 moral options. Pick one. You have no choice. You must pick a moral option. God, this game is not subtle. Sometimes. Sometimes it's subtle, and sometimes it is not subtle. Radio computer wizards? No. No. No.
We won't be killing anyone. And you...
She's seen it and known.
I know.
You live here?
If you could... It's barely bigger than a closet.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for...
Okay. I figured I'll at least go the communist path for lack of anything else to do. That's balcony. See what's cold. Don't want to stick one down the wall. Old groceries on the table and checks. Health and money. Always use more money. Just laying around everywhere. Soon I'll have enough for tomorrow's bed. Another person. I want to make sure I at least talk to Evart today. Someone's been sleeping here. Cindy? Maybe. The cold lasts several winters. Smells of chemicals. Minus 1 reaction machine, plus 1 electrochemistry. And money. Ah, the monies. Ah, the monies. Hi, Cindy.
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are.
That's right, we've evolved.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil. Red-dyed heavy fuel oil is only used in government vehicles. Or at least that's the idea.
Is the bed in the coal room yours?
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
And the nicest place you guys have to
It
do.
doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does.
And
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse. Does anyone? In a shoot, Piggy. It's what did you think I was using? Aquarels?
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
And some clever cultural commentary.
You ain't seen nothing yet, Piggy Boo.
Yeah. +1, but it's still bad. Jesus. Even with the +1 for aware of the living conditions, it's still, or because it's an 18, yeah. Because that's 5 plus 12 is 17. Even another +1 won't do it. Even more conceptualization will not be enough to get another bonus on this. It is simply a 3, and that's all it is. Because I could get +1 from the satin white shirt, and +1 from the lounge jacket, and it would barely go up. And currently those are +1 composure. I could replace it with +1 to Indirect modes of taxation. Most advanced dress shoes and advanced walking through slush and mud does not leave a single trace on them. Wow. Okay. This is probably the best.
Hello again, officers.
Hey, look,
Have
it's a
you come
17
to
now.
admire
Went
my
from a
mural?
3 to a 17, not bad. I got 3 of these. Let's do it. Can't hurt to have a little more of that.
They do say the painter always paints his own portrait.
Hey, self-portrait percent. Man, that's
No,
lame.
no, it's great.
That's pretty fucked up. Even for you, Piggo. You're a real sad sack. But I'm all out of fuel oil.
You know what you should be able to find in your government-issued vehicle? Red-dyed heavy fuel oil.
No way I'm
That
selling
beautiful wall deserves nothing less.
My government issue vehicle. Well, yeah, there was no way I was getting better than that. I look like super nerd now. Let's go back to crap. Electrochemistry reaction speed. Also electrochemistry. So it's basically, do I prefer reduce savoir-faire or do I prefer reduce reaction speed? There's lock you can't get in. The blood turns up the wind. Hammers and nails rust. Take some money. Okay. So with that's the balcony.
Ruination has come. The broken arches betray the once grand history of this building. It towered over a great force from the northeast fired into the tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shelling until it was destroyed. And those arches acted as support for only 3 stories stand where 9 to 12. The waves of the Martinez. What didn't fall into the ocean was used as scrap. What wasn't used as scrap was thrown into the ocean.
Who did this?
A fleet, the combined armies of Occident and Grad. They massed airships further down in the Bay of Revachol. The artillery was so many are still there to this day. If you squint, Coalition warship Archer can shoot 50 shells a minute on 20.
Jesus. All because of communism.
What happened here?
You can't foreclose an apartment with a hole in the wall.
It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Indeed.
How do I get up? Where's the stairs? Okay, those are stairs. Well, I guess I'm right here. Let's paint ourselves a wall. Oh wait, I need fuel. Hey, Kunoiz, I'm right here. I'm on your side.
Are you trying to sneak?
Logic error.
Pigs come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out.
Sleeping right now?
Don't get fucking clever with me, pig.
Okay, so this connects. And it did the whole time. Figures. That's one exit. for you here right now. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. Mood.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said no one answered. Looks like he isn't home. You should come back tomorrow evening. After
Okay. Door apartment 29. The silence whoever lives here isn't home. Oh, nice. I got 1 experience, and thus I leveled up. Room 30. Singing lounges and buoyant dance track. Oh, that's over there. That's where I had my little adventure. Evart's place is over there. Do I? Yeah. There might be stuff. Suitcases, guests are staying over. Hidden world of walking sticks. Hang on.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty. This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. The flag doesn't seem to mind.
I think we might have an idea. Ooh, logic. Olivier Myers, fantasy heroes with big muscles.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amid a little ring. Though cheerful, there's something disdainful in the images betray a lack of interest in the owner of these mugs doesn't like people of other ethnicities very much. This person is unhappy.
I don't think I like this person. Well, no, I'm glad I took their stuff. Alright. And I think... Oh, are you kidding me? That's where the trash thing was the whole time? Yep, that tab key is gonna come in a lot of...
Call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. This button looks new, but an off-key melody.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't...
She thinks you're the gremlin child. What would he say to this?
Fuck off, big, I'm good. I don't give a shit. Let me in.
Pardon? Please just stop calling here.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. You ring the doorbell, but nothing happens. You hear static from the intercoms.
Yes, hello. This is...
She sounds almost and wait, but what happened to Slipstream SCA? There's no Tricentennial Electrics on the list.
My God.
What?
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice here.
She must be mistaken. Who cares that you don't know? Something's wrong here. Are you sure she's talking to you?
Do we know each other?
Michelle, just why did you even call? I don't understand.
I'm Harry.
Ever since I came to work,
A spot of static overrides.
it's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally forget.
She sounds like she's about to cry.
Hello?
She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. Another seagull passes.
Well, that was something. That was very amusing. Fireworks time.
This trash container, there's something in there. Not necessarily connected to the cave. Well, it is a container. The lock says, whirling in rags. Maybe the proprietor has the key. Who knows?
Okay. Then I will ask the proprietor next time I see them. Like now.
Hello, dear. Of course, dear. Is there a particular I thought we'd agreed on just one cryptid, sweetie.
This is just so much more interesting than my real job.
Your work must get quite the most dangerous. None of its victims survived. Or even it was reportedly a smoke. A couple of campers found it when it still took the gnome of glass. No. And the first sign instead, all the venom leaked out of the creek.
Alas. Always, alas, and then it was gone. Sure, a perfectly good explanation. It dissolved in its own venom. Go on.
Of course, dear.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Who told you that?
They're disclosing something very dishonorable.
Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was... If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know so I can forward them the repair bill. Oh, yes, that door, sure.
That's behind it?
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there.
Wondering about it is, of course, exactly what he's...
Or some boring storage space with a bunch...
He's attempting to maintain an air of
I think you'd like to
indifference.
know what's back there.
Fine, okay. A little. So, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though. After the animals.
Something else I want to ask about.
You're already set for the night.
Alright, thank you kindly. Okay. Oh, there's something up here. What's up there? Money! Perfect.
You see a heavy steel door with the door does not. The old cobalt paint. Rough.
Surprised you didn't just beat it open, but I guess you don't want it left like that. Money! Sorry, yeah, definitely ain't paying you enough for this.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time? I am not.
You could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
Maybe we'll talk. I just don't want the thing I say to the black woman to be, why are you so aggressive? Because I feel like that's kind of gross. Alright, now that that's taken care of, I'll check in this area and see if there's anything I didn't look at. No, looks like I indeed looked at everything.
The tear machine stands in the corner.
No map here.
lorry stuck in the traffic jam. The windows are clear. The back end, a book with red.
Running around with your one finger on the shift key and one finger on the tab key is not natural. But it's what I'm gonna do. I think I talked to you.
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the...
Where am I?
The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the weary aspect of her cornered...
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
What's bad about the 50s?
The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make... Back in Mecca, during the time of the revolution, the side walls and cafes are filled with until you came along, that is.
You were in mess when you were young, right?
Someone was.
Not your
They are someone's memories. They are beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They are coming for this, you know? All of this.
All of what? She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from this strange thought, as if the past will one day wipe the present away, like a tidal wave approaching.
This is Gabriel Buen.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you. This man's got a hold over her.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. And schoolboys.
In all likelihood, it's a world that's only ever existed in her mind.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Loman. It was early while you, people, were tearing each other.
The Republic of Mesk is a massive confederation on the Isola of Muindi, the world's largest state by territory. It's a petrostate.
Why not, Harife?
There's something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the soles of her boots. Maybe she...
Now what do you want with an old woman's boots, Harife? Please? I think you should let me get back to Gabriel.
She's wearing sturdy worker's boots, made of black...
Just before Gabriel, it was the coronation.
Moreover, the boots were side. Another discrepancy, although not boot-related, is the coronation of his innocence.
It was. And then it was no more. Perhaps it was another Harife.
As she says Carnival, she gestures to the empty square with the statue and the machines.
Fair. Cool. I'll level up another one because I want more thoughts. Which one? I just want logic, regular law official, or actual art degree. Let's do some art.
The feet of a little girl, they fit well on the pedals. Diamonds? Of course not. Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo. Of course it does. What did you expect? Of course not.
A boyadero, boya for short, is a cow herder from upstream Magritte.
It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with it. Of course not. The boyadero returns...
In the background, you can hear the orchestra swell as the screw...
So the boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the Magritte. Then he rides off. The most beautiful. A true boyadero needs a whole harai...
What if to truly love a boyadero is to float lifeless downstream?
What do you mean?
You're in a dream, it acted.
yes? What about it? A pilgrim is what it is. What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see, what I feel. The great, yes. There is a protagonista and an adversario.
Those epithets are familiar somehow.
If you don't know...
Maybe if she thought you're corrupt.
Evan sent me, place a finger on the side of your nose and tap twice.
Who the fuck is Irat? Ah, and what do I care about the union boss?
Are you smuggling
He's
drugs?
not. Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me, either way. Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grat. The youth? No. Lowman. Diamonds.
I had to guess.
Easy. Is the skinny man who thinks...
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
Diamonds are good for you, Lowman. Where do you want me to go? Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me. Yes, go.
Mazovian socio-economics.
Let's see what this bullshit is.
0.000% of communism has been built. Evil child-murdering billionaires still rule the world with a shit-eating grin. All he has managed to do is make himself sad. He is starting to suspect Krasmazov fucked him over, personally, with his socio-economic theory. It has, however, made him into a very smart boy with something like a university degree in truth.
But minus one
Instead of
visual
building
calculus
communism,
and minus one
he
authority.
now builds a
Minus one
precise
authority,
model
fine,
of this
I'm not going for that.
grotesque,
Minus one visual
duplicitous
calculus?
world.
How dare you? Bonus experience for being a left-winger, but wow, you're mean. That I lose the whole thing that makes me a special little boy, my visual calculus. Fuck you. That was like the one thing I had going for me, and you took it from me. You monsters. But I'll take bonus left-wing experience. Go play it out.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
I'm just gonna...
So,
You've been in there, he means.
it's but a rest, right? You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plane. Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole.
Antiquated social values.
Like I said before, I don't know much about this Los Ardis? They're sort of like you. Preserve the...
Could have had +1 visual calculus a lot earlier. Damn. Is my default run now? Let's see here. Is shift now my default? It looks like that. Create polls, influence gameplay, vote for sharing, get temporary bonuses, penalties, confuse your yeah, no, that's not happening. No, that's fine. Because I notice now all of a sudden my controls are that I'm defaulted to like order and fair character approaches them. Press harder, your life more expensive, choose your clothes and thoughts wisely. For your sweat oil tasks reward a small amount of additional experience. Right-click highlights.
rust in control. A rust in control. Crane does.
I'm not going to play with that, though. Would much rather not have to oversee the Hey, a nice fast one. Oh, yeah. Come on. So I can swap out my really gross interface gloves with some new bigger gloves. Fingerless grippy padding for lifting cargo. Yeah, Bart, guess what? I did your job for ya.
Mr. Dubois, every worker...
A member of the board.
That's right, Mr. Dubois. I see the socialist democratic fervor now burns in your heart, too. How can I help you today?
Turns out the strikers are being served an alcoholic brew and made it stronger.
I don't know what that means, Harry, but I love it. I love your initiative. Knowing you're out there keeping things running lets me focus on the big pictures. Don't even tell me what was going on. Alcoholic brew, stronger, stopped it, strike. I'm just gonna let you surprise me, Harry.
I met Joyce.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't got one thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that we're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her.
Whoa, that's so nice of him. Suspiciously nice.
Seems to think the union is sure, I find it a little odd.
I'm just a nice guy, Harry. I wouldn't be where I am now if I wasn't nice. Politics is all about emotions, and I want you to have positive emotions when you think of me.
Tell Joyce that I met you.
It's perfectly okay. Even if you've told her everything we've talked about, it's absolutely fine. If she actually wants to see me, she will...
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Shit. Seems the union's a little
Yes,
like
yes. Low-balling.
His expression makes it clear. This is childish and irresponsible behavior.
What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
Concessions in the company in previous negotiations. Why let an ally like that go?
He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family.
Called him
God no, Harry! I have little people in... Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. I have no interest in what she is doing. But I myself have nothing to hide. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish...
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now.
I opened the door. We discussed the
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question.
He's trying to figure out if you're lying. There is no way to sway this man in any direction. He is unsuggestible and unswayable. Just tell the truth.
Just as I thought. Culturally antiquated mug collection. What a weasel. Pissing on Everart's rainbow covered.
He was testing you. And you...
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
I've heard the connection to lynching of the strike. What do you know?
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
I'm listening.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries. A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry.
All of which really does
Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Hold on, you're a village elephant?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphoric. Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my... Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs are... But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees. Harry, what you need to realize... We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Who exactly did the push?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't...
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
Because it is.
They're like you. Idealistic people who want to make sure that...
Again, that sounds like organized.
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, Boss, Socialist Democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land.
There's no way he even knows the meaning of half of those words.
He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea.
No shit.
Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
And if we were gonna arrest them?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martin A's boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
If he's just boasting, then it sure doesn't feel like that to you. He's not worried. He places a lot of faith in that lawyer girl. Perhaps this is a tactical error. Anyway.
How do you know the mercenaries were? You mentioned, I gotta see, tell me about... there's so much I want to see here. God, this is such an interesting conversation. How do you know the mercenaries
How do I know? Let me tell you about... Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in sediment. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised. You said it, Harry. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to...
That does sound quite unlikely. Yet, he's not scared of them. If anything, he likes them.
Like, at the end of the day, the problem is...
Strange.
I agree with a lot of what he's saying. I just don't trust him. At all. Because I am not convinced he has the people's best interests at heart either.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
I really went in there. Whose place is it?
Why?
No. What if it's connected to my case?
Believe me, he's not a killer. He's a nobody. Just a basement variety armchair fascist who...
What if one of those complex theories...
What if it did? What if he took a whack in the dark? Started telling people the strike is funded by a protection racket? What if he planned to write a hack piece to the local newspaper regarding these crazy theories he had developed? Just to stir up trouble. Wouldn't that be annoying?
So he's a piece of shit, but he also uncovered your dirt. I don't like that. I see.
Journalism, Harry. I love it. You love it. And you know why? Because we've got nothing to hide. Now, please, let's get back to the good stuff. The police stuff, Harry. I just see... Oh, they are simply fine young men. All 7 of them. Exemplary... Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after... Harry, they're almost all of them great guys. Bornly work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you.
Yeah,
men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
He's betting on them being useless to you.
But of course, it's the least I can do.
You can now go and tell Titus about this.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real. I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out for... Good boy. A real team player. Now, do you have... So they shot him?
Someone shot in the head before.
How odd. I don't know what to say, Harry. They told me they hanged him. A hanged man is what I saw when I took a look into that yard.
It's impossible to say if he's telling the truth.
What I do know is, the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of this shot and hanged man, it's my favorite policeman, Harry.
Yeah, that's fair.
Was it a good tour? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell... I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And, of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yeah. Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
A man of the left? So you have to be a social democrat. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
That's supposed to mean I'm more left than you.
You're saying it, but I don't believe you. You know how it is. Company snitches, agent provocateurs everywhere. I'm barricaded in this fortress of mine, and I need to get a message out. Will you help me? Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper. I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern... There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there. They are just going to have to deal with the construction noise for 6...
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street?
No one's going to end up homeless.
Am I? Harry, these people... We're going to build a youth centre there.
I don't
The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the heart.
He means it.
Uh-huh. Be there, I can ask them.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the water lock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I'll know you're a solid socialist. Yes, yes. My best men are tracking it down. Some kid... What's that, Harry? You're getting a little pale. Is it the words paranoid schizophrenic and lost gun in one sentence? Don't worry, it's just a lead. It'll probably turn out to be nothing. What? Harry, how...
The reaction appears to be sincere, but it's impossible to tell with this guy, honestly.
No, I'm not.
Harry, you wound me, Harry.
He's hiding his real reaction beneath courtesy.
See you soon, Debardeur. Just kidding.
You don't like me. I don't much like him.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they... No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. Oh, that one.
So much money just all over the place. It's very convenient.
Before the cargo, the container door, a tough nut to crack for sure. But the strongest containers often have the softest heart. The door does not respond to your advice. Why does this situation feel so familiar? Do you have a history of propositioning inanimate objects?
Rhetoric impossible to persuade the door to open. Yep.
This is the Night Watch.
Oh, really? So down there.
An old monument.
There we go.
Make way for the master.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Shut the body down, but also back down.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in? Shit. Get the...
You can't do that.
Pigs can't displace. How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right? That's where Kuno gets his daily hit.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old.
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
Kind of musician?
Yeah. Kuno plays on snuff radio, fucks pigs, live, fucks their heads off. It's a vitamin pig.
You could use some.
Elysium, right?
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your...
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno! He's gonna use it against you,
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you...
Fuck you, pig! Don't do mag! You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die!
Yeah, that's
Good
fair.
call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. Yeah, the kingdom... Look at that fucking shit! You fucked us, Kuno.
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno!
What's in the green
Don't know. Keep that guy...
Kipped is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Erie Uppergut.
The fuck does this have to do with the Kuno? Kuno doesn't get... Don't be wondering about Kuno's shit, pig.
Something important about it, I think.
Fuck does Kuno care about your hunch? That's your shit. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. The fuck about it. Kuno doesn't give a shit about the arm. That fucking had one thing majorly... Do you remember how he looked? Fucking Kuno doesn't give a shit about that. Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea. Yeah? That shit means nothing. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck... Yeah, cocking boots. You know that jolly you...
Yes, you met him at the gates.
This is definitely dialogue to get out of the way now,
and
so that there's no risk of it screwing up the YouTube getting mad at me if it's at the beginning of the video when I come next time.
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit.
Curious, my liege. Why did...
Yeah, Kuno's doing chatted.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or...
Fuck are you talking about?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Marks of stone left on the corpse.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing. This is Kuno's kingdom,
You're testing. Get lost!
Let's talk about your shack
The
again.
fuck do you want with good call, Pigmeister? Don't come and talk.
It's not Kuno. It's Kuno S.
Interesting. How?
Kuno S is by far the worst of the two. Kuno has no problem being near you, but the other hides behind the fence, afraid for her life, like she's done something very bad. She came up with that psychopathic scheme of screaming for help before. Kuno just wanted to talk to you about his name. Kuno S was the one who wound him up and directed him. All in all, Kuno respects madness. You cannot hope to outdo her on that front. You must win yourself a few minutes with him alone.
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what...
Fuck you whispering about!
She puts extra stress onto that.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
Let's up with her. She's terrifying. Crazy.
Crazy? You don't know the half of it. She's not crazy. She's insane. Dangerous. She's smoked a man. She's done people in. Probably even pigs.
Stop talking to him! Kuno, I'm fucking warning you! You're gonna get us into shit!
She understands what you're trying to do.
Yo, see? Did Kuno not tell ya? Kuno told ya. Kuno talks to whoever he wants. Talk, pig. Kuno's got it under control.
You did it. They're separated. He's even turned his back to her, so she can't read his lips.
What do you mean she smoked someone?
Kuno means she killed someone. That's right.
He's meant everything he said before. But right now, he not only means it, he is sincere.
Is she the 8th person? Seriously?
Killing is serious shit.
488. The criminal code doesn't go.
She's probably killed a pig too. I mean, forget Kuno said that. Kuno was just shitting.
A cop would be too large for her to overpower. But a determined child of her size can still kill the vulnerable, the elderly, the homeless, or other children. The creature peers at you both from over the fence. There is something searching in her. Kuno falls silent. He does not look at...
Kuno, there, that's it. That's what Kuno is starting to think, yeah.
The language she
Fuck
uses.
knows. She says it's crazy people. The fuck...
It's Suruese. The Suru are an indigenous ethnic minority in the social democratic powerhouse Vasa on the tundra and tiger-covered Isola of Katla. Far, far away from here, as far as possible. Sure, interesting things aren't important. Only your cop thing is.
Yeah, she's psycho. None of that kiddie snuff radio shit.
And he doesn't even want to think about it. This isn't just another boat.
Fuck no, she's not my sister. Yeah, she was just there.
What was that, Kuno?
She was in the hallway, dripping wet, by the fucking shoe rack, in the dark.
The hallway there with the janitor's closet?
Yeah, that's the place. She was... Kuno's got no fucking idea. Her hair was all wet. I think she pissed on the floor too. She was there for 3 days, in the corner, every time Kuno went out. I don't know. Someone left the door open. Kuno comes home and she's sleeping under the desk, under the pile of clothes, like a dog. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit. Doesn't even see her there, or thinks it's fucking Kuno. Shit's all on Kuno.
Kuno S, two of a kind.
Why should call Kuno S?
Because she fucking looks like Kuno. No one knows her name. Kuno told you, this shit was... Yeah, she would have liked to fuck him up, but she didn't. Kuno wasn't around, and C was with Kuno. Look, Kuno's gonna put...
He speaks the truth, my liege.
How's Kuno dealing? Kuno's dealing just fine. He doesn't need you fucking with any of it. Kuno's got this shit under control.
She's professional. You can just you back up. I'm here for
Listen, listen. See, it's Kuno's go-to. Kuno's...
This is what it all comes down to.
I'm going to kill you. I'll run when you put the cuffs on her, sneak up on you later, and fuck you up. You understand?
Okay, kid, you're gonna man several times your size and I'm dead yourself.
You made a big fucking mistake there. A huge mistake. Say goodbye to us professionally.
Told you, you shouldn't deal with that.
She won.
That was the wrong one.
Actual art degree. Trite, contrived, mediocre, milquetoast, amateurish, infantile, cliché and gonorrhea-ridden peon to conformism. I fucked me. Affront to humanity. War crime. Should literally be tried for war crimes. Resolutely shit. Lacking in imagination. Uninformed reimagining of.
Some of these are negative. That's very interesting. Turn the line is regular law official. Kuno ain't gonna talk to me anymore.
The kid doesn't even look.
Messed that up. I was just guessing, but I knew it was possible. But like I said, I'm not re-rolling them. I'm dealing with it. Dealing with the consequences of my actions.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
I'm pretty sure I won't manage this. I would love to if you would let me.
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the doorframe.
What are you doing, officer?
Don't worry about your health. Smash at the door and shout, "Fuck the system!" I've got health. I could buy a little more. What the hell is this game? I need to go to bed, but I'm just so curious. Sitius Fortis, the rest is Shut up. Nice.
A barbell lies on the... It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
Yeah, there's no way this works. Notice collars, high performance weightlifting gloves. Do I have any bonuses to physical instrument? I don't think so. I think I have penalties only. I have the shirt, that's right. Which I'm already wearing. Why the hell?
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master. Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble.
Damn. Healed morale.
A warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed
That was gonna be like,
at
I'm gonna try this
anything
once, and if
you
I
ever
fail, it
set
does
your
not
mind
matter.
to.
Looks like it still didn't matter. Worn out wall bars, they look unsafe. Probably are. So this was literally just an exercise room with nothing of interest other than those barbells. Well, I broke the door down. How's, is that good?
You broke down? The back door. The wards. The door. It's all gone now. Dark psychic energy. I suppose it's all just a door. This place is cursed, Detective. I hope you're happy now. Happy that you've ruined everything. Now that you've broken the... Of course you didn't. All right. You know what? I'm willing to let you investigate the doomed commercial area.
Her facade has dropped.
But before we go on, tell me, did you encounter the malignant entity?
No.
You did? Then it has to be true. I've suspected that this woman-shaped energy must be connected to the curse ever since... No. This chimney is part of the building's central furnace. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building.
Okay, I can do that. That's in this room, or is it upstairs? Ah, I can go further out. Always block my old window panes. Use the 24-hour window. Can I not go any further without the flashlight?
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulin.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one of... They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez, that old thing. It's an out-of-date map from when some design studio people tried...
The place does not look like a success.
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame. The project never got going. Would be nice if...
This large map displays archipelagos. You see Ozon, Lauren disintegrating into... In the northeast, a dust mite you can. On Caillou, lost little 850 million people live on. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of coastlines and connections to other... You have little idea what perhaps they are gods. The north coast of a verdant to the east, rolling hills. Hudon. It's somewhere to live. No, it's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. No. This is somewhere to be. This is all... It's not really a map. It's still, it's detailed.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
Yay, I have a goddamn map file. I have one. Creative Design Studio.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of... Your finger moves through the... Finally coming to a halt.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your...
Yay, I have a goddamn map.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the...
I can increase my logic really easily.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. There is no loophole. The simple truth is, the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door. Well, you could trick Everard. Get some random people to sign the document. The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to be awfully close to the already. This is either an ominous or cool architect. My money is on cool. Looks like a cubic pyrite.
Of course it might be. Let's see, which random people I get to sign it. Kuna would be ideal, but Kuna is no.
What have you found? And
Well, first off, let's change. Well, I guess I can keep the logic shirt on. I like the logic shirt better anyway. Nope. Tools, I can't hold it. Bye, kitty. I'll go. I'm almost done, I promise. There's just so much fun shit to do. Here, do you want to sign this letter?
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
We met before.
Yes, I stand in this spot. You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir. Apologizing to everyone. I don't...
Ever
Of
talk to
course, you stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you.
Thanks, I'm
Yeah,
trying.
I can see. You don't have you know, like a cat in the dark.
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Snap those. Oh baby, that's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important.
I didn't know I had to do that.
There's something about this stuff today.
I'm glad I could help you, sir.
Yay!
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds
There is stress and unease behind these words.
Yeah, that sounds right. I keep reflexively pressing shift to run. It is not the book. Put this back here from this one. Really? Found the goddamn bottles. Finally. So many things I could do.
This coin operated via Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty? Your money disappears, the curtains on the the lenses shift, the ghost sharpens into an islet in the bay. It looks as if it was abandoned, its leaves ripped from the little brave bird.
I think that'll be under tools now, right? Let's do that. This way. Left. But I'm gonna save for the day. Ooh, so much interesting stuff. I feel like I've gotten into like a rhythm with this game now. It's a good game. Hi kitty, yeah, don't you worry. I'll be hanging out with you in a second. Well, who do I want to raid today? As before, schedule is just Saturdays for now, more disco next week. Pretty sure I raided them last week. Hi kitty. Doobie doobie doobie, who do I want to do the raid of? Go raid. Yeah, I'll go raid Jiggy. I haven't raided Jiggy. Oh, Jiggy. Hang on. Jiggy is actually raiding somebody else, so never mind. Jiggy is ending his stream, so therefore, no. Raid somebody else. That is not ending their stream, because that would be a little awkward. Okay, who else have I not raided in a while? That I usually raid. Could just go after Mo. Has been forever there too. And he's usually not up this late, so yeah, I'll do that. Go up, say hi. Hang on, what the hell are you doing? Let's try this again. Why is it not working? Alright, third time is the charm. I think it's mad because I canceled the first raid when I realized what's going on. Unable to raid at this time. Why? Is raid just broken? Or can I not raid that person? That is also technically possible. They might have it not set up that I can't, which is weird, but I guess doable. Thing that can happen. Yep, can't. So I think there's something with their channel that I can't. Huh. Alright, third new plan. It was a new plan. If this doesn't work, then I just give up. Does it work with meds? It does work with meds. I think it's just something with Omega. They don't allow raids or something. Weird. Alright, go raid meds playing Mario Kart, because it's something. Thank you everybody for joining. It's always a pleasure. See you next time. Later.